All right, so now we're down here at number 7, and we're going to run the appropriate descriptive and inferential statistics. So we need to get back to our data set. All right, here we are at a data set. And so we're going to go, so let's think about this data. We have 2 groups, and we want to compare the means. So thinking back what we learned in earlier in the module about what type of statistical analysis we need to do. We only have 2 groups, so we can do a t-test. So we're going to come down here. And before we run our t-test, we want to get our descriptive statistics. We want to compare some means. We want to get that data. So we're going to, again, our dependent list is the speed. So we click that over there. Our independent list is the group wording. We want to have the mean. It'll give us standard deviation. Let's also ask for standard error of the mean. And if you were unsure about how skewed the data was, you could ask for skewness. So then I'm going to click continue and OK. And then again, remember, it puts it down at the bottom. So here's my mean for hit. Here's my mean for smashed. It looks about like it was in those graphs. Here's my standard deviation, and here's my standard error of the mean. We go up here and see that the graph and the frequency distributions are up here still. Unless you close it out, it's going to continue building upon, and that's what you should do so you can save it all and submit it to me on Canvas. All right, so now I want to go back to my data. So those are my descriptive statistics. All right, so now we want to do our inferential statistics. So we're going to come back to compare means, and we had independent samples, right? So we had 2 independent samples, and we're doing a t-test. So we want to do the independent samples t-test. And speed is our test variable, it's our dependent variable. Group wording is our grouping variable, and it wants us to define the groups. Now it won't let you type in a word, so we're going to define group 1 as our 1 and group 2 as our 2, and because we've labeled those variables, it will understand that. And then we're going to click OK. And it spits out those descriptive statistics that we did. I just wanted to show you where if you were doing something and you just wanted to quickly get those descriptive statistics, how you can get those. But a lot of the analysis, if you're comparing the 2 means, will spit that out for you. So here we do have our mean, our standard deviation, our standard error, gives us our n for each sample. But if you wanted some other things, you could go to that compare means. And then here, we'll talk about this later, but this is fine that it's not significant. Here it's telling us our total degrees of freedom, where we're doing a t-test. So this is that calculated t that you would get if you remember from statistics. And then here it's a two-tailed test. That's the default that the SPS does, and it's telling us it's significant. And then this is the test for equality of means. This is telling your confidence interval. This is something that is reported much more often now. So this is what you would report. This would be your t-value, this would be your degrees of freedom, and then this would be p is less than 0.001 because we don't have a specific because it's so the significance is so great.